Welcome everybody, Kelly here from KB Auto Tech and Adventure. Today on my 97 4runner, we are going to do the rear differential breather mod. So stay tuned, let's go. Alright, so if you're unaware of what the rear differential breather mod is and why we need to do that, in the rear differential there is a little vent, and what that allows the basically air to escape in and out as the differential gets hot or cold. Now the breather is basically attached to the differential and it is not high at all. So if you happen to go into any deep water crossings, you can get water contamination into your differential and into the fluid, and it's not good. So obviously we plan on taking this thing, on quite a few off-road adventures, and we may encounter some deep water, mud and whatnot. We want to get that breather tube, we want to make a hose and extend that higher. So anyways, let's check this out. All right, let's get going. So here's the supplies that we're going to need. We have some transmission cooler hose, we have this vent pipe, and we have this differential breather and some zip ties. Really, this is quite easy. We're going to get basically either end, and we're going to screw this into the differential, plug that guy onto there, and we will put the vent on this side. This is sort of a one-way valve. It's not sealed that tight, but what it does allow is basically air out and not very much stuff or dirt to get in. And yeah, we'll basically just install that and get it zipped up. So let's go ahead, let's get going here.
First thing we can do is remove this bolt for the e-brake cable hold down. Slide it out of the way, then we can get access to this vent. Go ahead, get a wire brush and clean the area so we get no contamination of dirt or mud inside the rear end. Once that's done nice and clean, we can go ahead and remove the fitting. If it's factory, it should be a 14. Go ahead and use a wrench or a socket, whatever suits you. Here's a quick look at the factory fitting. Let's go ahead and install this new fitting as well. Just snug it down. Once that fitting is tight, we can go ahead and push the hose on. If you need to, add a little bit of silicone spray just to make it slide on nicely. Then we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to add a zip tie and snug that down. You can go ahead and clamp it if you want. That would be just fine, but for me, a real snug zip tie will probably just do the trick good enough. Let's tighten this bolt back down and then run the line up along the gas filler neck towards the gas door. We need to remove the shield. There's 4 locations and they are located right here. With the cover removed, we can go ahead and push the new fitting into the hose. Once we've done that, we can root it up to the top and just zip tie it down and secure it. Once you've run the hose and you're happy with its location, go ahead and just zip tie it down firmly to the gas filler tube and vent there. Any part numbers or small details that I've left out, I'll put those in the description below. Thank you.
Alright, so we got that cover back in place. Now, ideally, you'd have the factory clips for this, but they're kind of annoying. So you can see let's see if we can get this to zoom in here, focus. Here's a quick peek at the factory, basically clip. It's sort of a plastic rivet, it's a one-time use, kind of annoying actually. So I thought I would have something at the shop. I got lots of different clips, like like this, like this. I figured I would have something that was gonna work, and I didn't. So for now, we just zip tied it on. We could use the factory one. I'd like to actually switch to something more like this. So this is basically a square plastic insert that has a screw. That way, you know, if you ever need to take that off for some reason, you can do it. Kind of, I don't really like one-time use type clips. It's pretty annoying actually. So if you could switch to something like this would be really good. So for today, we got it zipped back on there. That'll do for now, and I'll find myself something a little more permanent. But there it is, back on there, no problem. Now it is worth mentioning, if you wanted to go just a tiny little bit further than what I did, some people will run the tube up into the gas filler area. For me, I just didn't really see the need. It would be a great idea, of course. That would work really good too. You can just poke a hole through here and run the fitting right up to there. But for me, I mean, that's only an extra couple of inches, and we're right in there anyways. It's protected, it's got the vent on it. I think that's gonna work just fine for me. I really hope we don't get that deep into the water ever anyways. If so, that means we're gonna have a little bit more trouble. We'll be having some water in the doors and whatnot. So that would basically be sunk if that happens. And in reality, the diff's probably the least of your worries at that point. Well, there you have it. We got the rear differential breather mod all set and done. Very simple thing to do, something you can do in your driveway, really simple, low cost. So anyways, if you found this video informative in any way or even helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel, like that video as well, and catch me on the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.